What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of our window shopping series. This is going to be part 1. So basically, if you haven't caught the first season, it's where we go over basically every tab, or most of the relevant tabs anyway, in the central market, and we look at price trends and, like, what are my thoughts and opinions of it. So over time, things have changed because they kind of like equalized the like weapons and armors, or well, the weapons anyway. So they're more or less going to be at the same price gap, but we'll see like which classes are still popular and like my thoughts and opinions after the whole reboot, what I think is going to happen. So yeah, whether it's worth making it or enhancing it at the current price and all that stuff. So yeah, if you want to watch episode or season 1, I'll leave a link in somewhere. Might be a playlist or something. But anyway, yeah, let's start off with the 3 weapons this time. Because I don't really think there's going to be much about it that's different aside from prices. And then in the future episodes, we'll do armors, accessories, and so on. So, as usual, with the window shopping, this is on the NA server. That means if you're playing on non-NA, prices are probably different, and my opinions will probably be a little bit different. So, episode 1, we'll look at the weapons and see what it's all about. So, after the reboot, pretty much all the classes got better in some way. There are a few classes that, more or less stayed the same. But for the most part, everything got better. So let's see which weapons got, I wish that the old market was better in terms of like search viewing. Like back in the day, before the central market, you could just search up like something. You could just, It was just easier to search it. So that's anyway. Let's look at the Dark Knight stuff and see what the prices have done. So it's 2022 now. People still ask me whether you should get Zarka, Often, Blackstar. You should probably just not use Often. It doesn't matter what class you are. You're better off just using either a Zarka or Blackstar. So I know it does give more AP just having the Often, and it really depends. If it could push you up into a new bracket, it might be worth, but generally you're better off just using a Zarka or Blackstar. So anyway, prices for Zarka super tanked, to the point where enhancing it is probably not a good idea. If you could just buy it at Penn for like hard minimum, that's actually really low. 7 billion for a Penn Zarka. You should probably like consider just buying it. So anyway, ever since they came out with the whole, Penn armor quest and Penn weapons, or you could just make it guaranteed, I would say the Zarka is not going to be your first pick. I think you would want to pick the armors, and for the quest, how you just get the materials and make it yourself. Honestly, in my opinion, the best thing to do would probably be your chest piece armor, and then maybe shoes or gloves, and then, I guess it depends. Do you really need the weapons? If yes, then go for the weapons first, but then I would also go Awakening Weapon, Offhand, and then Zarka, the Zarka last. But I would prioritize armors first over that. And so that's a yikes. Like I knew all Penn armors and weapons were going down in price, but I didn't think it was 7 billion low. So yeah, there's a good chance just making a Blackstar is the way to go. Like, who knows? As Capris 20, Zarka is the same thing as a Penn Blackstar, except you don't get the extra monster damage for grinding. So, straight up, Blackstar is just significantly better, but in terms of PvP, it's the same thing. So, depends. Do you grind more? Just get a black star? Do you do everything in the game? Then I don't know. You have more options, but just get black star. All right, let's see the prices of other things. I'm mostly curious about the Zarka prices. Like, holy, there's actually hard minimums for that one. I always thought Warriors got better. I guess Valk is... People said Valk was not great, but Warrior is pretty great, so... Rangers sold out. Rangers are, like, I never thought Rangers were bad, but people just don't like them. I don't know why. Sorks. Sorks are Sorks. They're not bad. Zerker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, every class is just, like, it's mostly the same. So, in my opinion, it really depends what you do, but I would just say overall, Black Star is the way to go. I understand getting a pen Black Star is hard, so if you can just get Capris and you want to upgrade it, cool. And just make small gains, that's also cool. Alright, let's go to sub-weapons, and mostly let's look at the ornamental knot. So, recently I made a pen sayer. Why? It's really for the memes. I don't think it's good at all, especially right now in the meta, like when everyone is DR. You don't need accuracy, and everyone has stupid high AP to the point where DP feels so irrelevant. Like, I noticed the difference. So, let's see, how much are Kudums and Nuvers these days? Under 12 billion for a pen Kudum. Okay, cool. Actually under 10 billion for the Nuver. You know, I'm gonna be honest. If Zerkers and Dark Knights didn't share the same offhand, I think, like, the Dark Knight one would actually be kind of trash. But the reason why it's not hard minimummed is because Zerkers are actually good, and Dark Knights are just... Okay, hold on. Dark Knights aren't bad. They're just balanced. They're, like, right in the middle. They don't excel at anything, but they're not the worst at anything. They're just average. So, yeah, that's just my opinions of it. The reboots is pretty good. I still think they're average. Let's see, Witch and Wizard. Those are that's the popular one. Let's see how much daggers are. I expect a downward trend for everything, but I'm just mildly curious how many things are listed. Slightly higher than the Dark Knight one. Eventually, your goal should be to collect both of them, both the Nuver and the Kudum, and maybe like either an accuracy or evasion offhand, just for the memes, to fight that one person that annoys you in war. So, I don't know. I guess for everyone else, it would be the parrying dagger. Is it the parrying dagger? I think it is. Yeah. Alright, let's see. I don't know. I'd never really kept up with the Corsair after it released. Like, I had fun when the season was around, but I never really got into it. I thought it was just fun, but I never took the time to learn it. I heard that they're gonna make a Black Star offhand one day, but then people are just like, it's not good, which is kind of concerning. But I don't know. It's like, where are people getting this information? Because, like, I never even heard that. Well, like, I kind of knew it was gonna come out eventually, like soon TM kind of thing, but we didn't know when and or like where are you getting this? Is this on the global lab or something? or just hearing it because Korea gets it, but I don't know. I wouldn't really... It's not that you don't trust Korea news, it's just Korea gets things way in advance than NA and EU and the other servers, the C servers, so... Yeah, it's like I kind of take any KR news I hear with a grain of salt, because when they get it, it might be like a year and a half before we get it. So, yeah. Alright, next, let's look at Awakenings. I'm mostly just looking at the ones I'm interested in, but we always start with the Dark Knight ones. I guess the weapons are less interesting to look at, mostly because they're all like roughly the same price. But once we get into accessories and armors, those are when it starts getting wild. So we might actually just look at those now and see what happens. Oh my god, the first pen variant sold the day before Christmas. I'll save up enough money to get a pen Blackstar one day. One day. I still remember that time when Tet Blackstars were like 20 billion. I should have sold it back then for 20 billion. But nope. Alright, let's see, the classes that got like super buffed aren't like Musa's really good now. I heard they were like kind of OP. I don't know if like the Musa that's OP is Awakening or Succession, but either way, I heard they were really good. Yeah, all the weapons are roughly the same. Let's get into the armors, because that... Actually, let's look at accessories now, because this is the part where things kind of get wild. And yeah, let's start with the rings first. So, half of these things, they should just remove from the game. I'm gonna be honest. They should just stop, like, just remove it from the game slowly. If you have one, what they should do is make a quest where you turn these in for some, like, other prizes or goodies, and then just start phasing these out of the game. I don't think people ever, like... People might have used these the first few months the game came out, but 6 years later, even, like, if it's your first day playing the game gives you so many, like, things as already. Like, even new players, you play a seasoned character, you get 2 Vala gear. Even Naru gear is better than this. So I still think they should just remove a lot of these old things from the game. The best way to do that, like other MMOs do, is they add like a quest where you could turn these in for something else, and or you just, I don't know, something, and have monsters and rewards stop dropping it as loot, and then you just start slowly phasing it out of the game and introducing new items. That way you don't need it. And I guess for people who just want to save it for some reason, you can, but to stop, like, they stop just like adding more of these into the game. But anyway, we're here to look at all the big stuff. To this day, I'm not sure about the ominous rings. These are the accuracy rings, and I don't know, like with accuracy, it's good, but for the price, it's not really good. And I don't think you need all the accuracy accessories, because if you have all of them, you're really just fighting like 1%, less than 1% of the players who go full evasion, and then everyone else is like DR full AP, and it just means nothing. So I think in the current meta, what you should do if you are going an accuracy accessory, like if you have a Turo belt or something, Turo belt and crystals that give accuracy, and you're good enough. So if you aren't a class that has a lot of accuracy, just one accessory that gives accuracy plus like Jin Vipers, and you're good to go. So I don't think ominous rings are really worth it. If you're gonna go pick a accessory that has accuracy, you're probably better off going like a Turo belt or one of those earring, or not earrings, rings that, what is it? Necklace. Probably better off going like a lunar neck or a Turo belt. But even then, I think a lot of the prices should be like reevaluated, because if you look at this, like Pen Deboreka, probably one of the hardest things to get right now. Hard capped at 126 billion. But we look at things like distortions, and that's not even hard capped, and it's still going up at 132. So it's like distortions are a lot easier to get, because you could just get them at like Star's End, and they drop pretty frequently, whereas Deboreka's are Ash Forest, and it has a lower drop rate. The mobs are really hard. Well, not really hard, but like they're harder than Star's End, that's for sure. And another thing is Turo belts. Look, they're like 160 billion, and it's not even hard capped yet. And Turo belts they're just like, they're not hard to get. It's just the places they drop from are kind of annoying to grind. So yeah, that's the thing. Honestly, I don't think Turo belts are worth 160. I do think they are worth over 100 for a pen, but maybe not 160 billion. But if you could sell it for that much, that's pretty good, actually. So, in my opinion, they should reevaluate some of the prices, like raise the Deboreka hard cap to like, I don't know, 200 billion. I think that's more reasonable. And then Turo belts are just sitting there. I don't think the 160. I think the hard maximum I would pay for a Turo belt is probably like 130. So, yeah. There's a lot of things that are a little wonky to me, but this is all just from me playing the game for so long and just looking at the trends. And this is so funny too. Like Pen Monos, we all know, all life skillers know that Pen Monos literally best in slot, right? What is this stupid thing? 59 billion for a Pen Monos? I know it doesn't use fail stacks or anything, but you can't cron it either, which makes it even harder. So, should probably like double, maybe 2.5 times as much as this maximum, and that's pretty reasonable. I think Tungrad fluctuation price is probably fine. Same with like Crescent's, Eye of the Ruins. Overall, a lot of this stuff should just get rid of a lot of this garbage in the game, to be honest. It's yellow accessories these days, or get something else. So yeah. A lot of people ask me, Ogre or Leighton. Literally just get the one that's cheaper. They're the same. And you know what's funny too? You know how in games where you could see, like if you wear a ring or something, you could see the ring on your hand that like your character is wearing it? You don't see any of that. So, like, literally just get the one that's cheaper. So right now, I guess Pen Leighton's are 70 billion. Oh. Well. They're both the same, but get the one that is actually just cheaper. But if they're both the same, honestly, I like the Leighton more. It just looks cooler. But at the time when I was going for mine, the Ogre was just the cheapest option. So, or I mean, Tungrad. It's hard for me to recommend Tungrad. If you make it yourself, that's awesome. You've just saved 80 billion. However, I really don't think 20% Black Spirit Rage is worth the extra 10 billion. Because everyone is so geared at this point. Like, that Black Spirit Rage is not really going to help you. If you have that kind of money, you might as well start saving it for something else. Like, something with actual stats. So, that's a thing. And then, Lunar is the one I think this one is it's good for an accuracy, but I think the reason why people make it is because the sell price multiplier is a lot higher than the other stuff. But I don't know, like if your goal right now is to just enhance accessories for profit, probably your best goal is to make Turo belts and or distos, because a lot of people have caught on to the lunar and they're starting to make it, which is why the price is so low. But yeah, overall, probably your best bet if you're just trying to profit is sell pen distos or pen Turos. Vaha's Dawns are the same thing as distos, but you get these from the dungeons at the end rewards, so that's cool, I think. Oh. Ethereal earrings that are full DP. I think I do need to get a Narc at some point. Narc or Crescent, mostly because for the pen accessory quest, if you're going for like the pen, you need to try to turn it in as well. So just be careful with that one. Pick the one that's cheapest. So a lot of these blue ones, they just kind of got phased out of the game. So for example, like red coral earrings are the same thing as the newer option of the Dawn earrings, and Dawn ones are just better. But the reason why, okay, so let's take a look at this. For example, these are what I would consider a dead end upgrade. So for example, a pen coral earring would be the same as a Tet Dawn. However, it is like what, 9.5 billion, whereas a Tet has the same stats but for like 4 billion more. I think you should still get a Tet Dawn earring because one, they're newer, and two, they have the potential to like upgrade if you want to. So at the point where, like, let's say you have, they're the same stats, but you have the option to upgrade one day. So I think that is worth the few billion. And the same with, like, back in the day, Tungrad used to be best in slot, but then for like the people who are on a budget, we would go whale molars, which is the same thing. So this is the same as like a Tet, I believe. Oh, wait, 15, and then this one is, yeah. So pen whale molar is the same thing as a Tet Tungrad. I guess it's a little bit different in price now. Let's look at this one again. Yeah, pen is should not be this high. I don't know why. If you buy a pen whale molar for 8.6, you're just actually getting yourself scammed. Whereas a Tet is 6.5 and the same stats. I think you're just buying it for the memes at that point. So once again, the reason why we buy the ones, even if it's more, is because of the upgrade potential in the future when you have to upgrade later on. So that's one of those things. And then honestly, these aren't even worth looking at. Like one of those get rid of the games, out of the games. Back in the day, witches earrings used to be the budget option. Nowadays, you just probably shouldn't. Don't even bother getting these. I get it if you're a new player and you're just like, oh, that's so much cheaper, I can just upgrade. Like, yeah, I guess so, but the amount of money you're gonna lose later on, it's just kind of like, I don't know about that one. Like, it's not hard to make money nowadays, so, but still, like, if you could just grind that extra few hours and then get an upgrade that, you know, you could sell for resale value or something, that's pretty good. But overall, in terms of belts, there's really a few options. If you're DP, you go Centaur. Hybrids in this game, like, I've seen people make it work, but those are also the people who are like the 1% and can afford to do that. Because if you're like a mid-tier player with just like, I don't know, average gear, and then you're trying hybrid, you're gonna get clapped, you're gonna do no damage, you're gonna just die. So I think hybrids are for really high-end players who already have the gear and they're just like experimenting with different pieces. Otherwise, I don't know. I would just go. Basti belts aren't bad, but you kind of want to just get as much stats as possible these days. So, if you want more survivability, go Voltara, and I don't know. Tungrad's kind of fell off. Like that one extra AP you get on the belt does not really do anything. So to the point where I've seen people either full DP, Voltara, or Turo. You could go Tungrad, but it's just like that one AP really has to push you into a new bracket for the price to be worth it. So yeah, that's one of those things. And yeah, I think we covered all of it. So with that said, hopefully you guys enjoyed episode 1. Next time we'll look at the armors, and maybe we'll just look at accessories again. But those are my opinions for this episode, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Drop a quick like on the video. I will see you guys next time.